Asada Warden, Dundee, Cheetah, let's go. Shalom everyone, welcome to Kilimanjaro Safaris. My name is Stanley and I'll be your safari truck guide into the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. If you guys look above me, you'll see the animal spotting guide. This will help you out see any of the animals that may be on the reserve today. Just to note, not all the animals will be out and about today. Some of them do tend to migrate from time to time. Others are nocturnal by nature. Now, our adventure begins here at the Little Laturi Forest. Here a lot of animals use the cover of shade and trees in order to disguise themselves away from any potential predators. Be sure to keep a nice good lookout to where they may be hiding, because they can be around any corner or behind any tree. We're actually going to make our way over towards the large watering hole up ahead. Many of these watering holes are actually very essential. Some animals may migrate for hundreds of miles just to get a nice good drink of water. Be sure to give a nice good look around this area, because we may find some herd of animals nearby. On top of the hill on the right hand side, you'll be able to see the greater kudu up on that hill there. Greater kudu are the second largest antelope out here on the reserve. Female greater kudu have no horns at all, but male greater kudu tend to have the longest horns of all of the antelope, growing up to nearly 71 inches long. Now, greater kudu share a common ancestor with another known antelope called the bongo. Bongos are known as ghosts of the forest, as they blend in with their surroundings. Bongos tend to have these long, curved horns that allow them to go through the thick underbrush with ease. Here you'll see even more greater kudu here. Now, they can all grow up to nearly 5 feet at the shoulder and weigh roughly from 800 to 1,000 pounds at times. Coming up on the hill on the left, you'll be able to see the bongo. Bongos, as mentioned before, are known as ghosts of the forest. Male bongos tend to have horns that go straight back. Female bongos actually have horns that kind of crisscross near the very top. Now, we're starting to make our way out of the Little Laturi Forest and start making our way over towards the Safi River. Within the Safi River, we'll see a lot of different animals that like to live on land and in the water for most of their lifetimes. So be sure to give a nice good lookout, especially for any animals that could be hiding underwater. If you follow along the river here, be sure to look really closely and you'll spot a hippo. Hippos can weigh up to nearly 5,500 pounds. They can also hold their breath underwater for at least 8 minutes at a time before resurfacing up for air. Coming over on the left, you can see an entire group of hippo. A group of hippo is actually called a bloat. A bloat's main job is to protect any baby hippos and their mothers. Coming up on the left as well, you can see the pink-back pelican. Pink-back pelicans usually get their coloration around the mating season. Little interesting fact about the pink-back pelican: after about a week or two, once they hatch, they grow to full size. They have an average wingspan of nearly 3 feet, but some can grow up to nearly 9 feet in diameter. A very impressive wingspan. Now, we're heading over towards more rougher waters, and coming up on the left you can see the Nile Crocodile. Nile crocodiles can grow up to 15 feet in length and weigh up to 500 pounds. Little interesting fact about Nile crocodiles: both mothers and fathers will carry their eggs in their mouth to protect the eggs from any potential predators. Now, trying to make our way out of the Safi River and start making our way over towards the Greater Savannah. Within the Greater Savannah, we'll see a lot of different animals that like to graze from the tallest palm trees to the lowest grasslands and everything in between. We'll also see many different animals that like to drink from this certain upside down looking tree over here on the right. This tree is known as the baobab tree. The baobab tree is leafless for about 8 months out of the year until the rainy season. To the local natives, the baobab tree is also known as the tree of life. We're now starting to enter into the savannah, and as you can see, much of the Serengeti grasslands tends to dot all over the landscape. Serengeti grass is actually very nutritious to many animals, providing a lot of vitamin B, D, and various other minerals. It also provides cover for any predators that may be stalking nearby. The very first animal we'll see out here in the savannah is known as the Sable Antelope. Sable Antelope are the symbol of the Harambe Reserve. The long curved horns of the Sable Antelope are said to be strong enough to even repel a lion. They usually come in 2 different colors. Males turn to a jet black color, females retain the reddish brown. Sable antelope have those long curved horns to protect the animal from any attacks from behind. Coming up on the left, you can see the African wild dog. African wild dogs are Africa's most successful hunters. These guys have an 80 to 85% success rate. That's because they actually know how to work together in a pack in order to bring down their prey. Because of their pack-like mentality, they actually make sure that the weakest among them is fed first. That way they become stronger for later hunts. In other countries, the African wild dog is also known as the painted dog, based on the markings on their fur. Coming up on the right and on the left up ahead, you might notice these large rock-like formations. These are not rocks, these are termite mounds. Termite mounds are made out of termite saliva, dirt, and dung, all stacked together. When heated by the hot sun, termite mounds become as hard as concrete, allowing both giraffes and elephants to use them as a scratching post. Antelope will sometimes climb on top of the worn down ones in order to spy for any predators that could be hiding among the grasslands. You may notice that out throughout the savannah, there are several trees that seem to have been knocked down over time. Originally, the savannah starts off as a dense forest, but then over time, elephants would knock the trees down to make more room for themselves and for other animals. As more and more trees are knocked down, more and more grazing animals would come out into the open and graze at the open grasslands. Now emerging here, coming up on the right hand side, we'll spot a Maasai giraffe. Maasai giraffes are among the world's tallest land mammals. They can grow up to nearly 20 feet in height. They tend to walk around the savannah at speeds of up to 10 miles an hour, while some can gallop at speeds of 35 miles an hour. No 2 giraffes would ever share the same exact spot pattern, similar to how no 2 humans ever share the same exact fingerprints. A giraffe's spots is as though they were their fingerprints. Also, coming up on the right hand side, you'll also see the Patterson's eland, one of the largest antelope out here on the reserve. The eland can grow up to 6 feet at the shoulder and weigh a whopping 2,000 pounds. They're also known to leap up to 6 feet high in the air from where they're standing.
That's my favorite.
Now when it comes to giraffes, similar to how a group of hippos is actually known as a bloat, a group of giraffes is actually known as a tower. Granted, this is but a small tower of giraffes, as there could be up to nearly 12 to 20 giraffes within the single tower.
You're gonna run out of stuff to say.
She's a true savage. Maybe. Oh my gosh, she's a true savage.
I'm playing chicken with a giraffe.
No. The giraffe is a true savage. Oh no, not
It's a
another
protest.
one. Oh, not
Here comes another one. Oh, there comes back up. Shoo, shoo. That guy in the green truck goes, shoo, shoo.
This is too funny. This is okay. I swear, if there's a fourth one, I'm literally gonna die. Wait, what do they do if you don't?
Well, that's what the guy in the green truck is coming for. He'll attract them over there. So they tie him to the back of it and drag him out. They're gonna confiscate all their phones and cameras.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Like, come here, I have food. How do you get that job? Giraffe wrangler.
What is savage? Like, oh my god! Is that the giraffe from Toys R Us? Oh, I thought you were. No. Toys Were Us?
No, that's why. The giraffe is protesting Toys R Us closing.
The giraffe is protesting Toys R Us.
That's Jeffrey. He just got here.
Toys Were Us. Look at the little friend.
But he's already chewing though. Everybody in line is like, how come the ride's not moving?
That giraffe doesn't care.
He's already chewing on something.
This is gonna become a meme. Finally. Wow. Oh, now they're gonna go in. Of course. But they're still on the road.
You're gonna have to do better than that. Ooh.
Ooh, I'm just kidding. Don't move. It's not their fault.
He's gonna stick his head in.
It looks like a monster.
It's big.
This one's missing the party. Oh, wait, he's on the street.
Oh no. This is like Mario. What a true savage. Oh my god, look at it. It's like, yup. It's like, yup. You ain't passing through here.
There's another one.
Oh, is there another one? Oh well, thank you. Oh my god. Wait, I thought giraffes were I thought giraffes were extinct.
No, it's a giraffe, not a dinosaur.
I heard that they were oh wait,
No.
Now, folks, we're going to start making our way over towards one of the forested areas of the savannah. Within this area, I'll be able to see probably one of the largest animals out here on the reserve. The African elephant. This in particular is a male African elephant. Male African elephants prefer to stay by themselves for most of their lifetimes. Female elephants prefer to stay in tight-knit family herds. Around the age of 13, the male elephant will actually leave away from the main herd and form his own bachelor herds. We're actually going to make our way around here and see if we can find any female elephants nearby. Usually the female herd will stay within 5 to 10 miles of any of the males. When it comes to female elephants, they're usually guided by a matriarch. The matriarch has the final say as to where the elephants have to go to eat, sleep, and more specifically, the safety and care of any of the baby elephants. For female elephants, they can only get pregnant once every 4 years. And they have a gestation period of nearly 24 months. While it does seem like a very long time, it does produce one of the cutest little animals out here in the savannah. A baby elephant. Coming over on the right hand side, you might notice this red rock formation. Notice how it gradually turns more and more redder. That's because this rock contains a bit of clay. Clay is actually very important to elephants, since it has a lot of nutrients that can't be found in plants alone. If you look on the right, you can see tusk markings where elephants actually dug into the rock to eat the clay. On average, an African elephant will consume up to nearly 300 pounds of food a day and nearly 40 gallons of water. That's at least 8 times more than the average human consumes in about a week or two. Most of the water is consumed via the many watering holes that are down throughout the savannah or through the baobab trees, which in theory, these baobab trees can contain up to nearly 1,000 to 2,000 gallons of water at a time. Now the unfortunate fact for elephants is sadly almost every day, 96 elephants are poached for their ivory tusks. That's about 700 about a week and 2,800 about a month. If this continues, the African elephant could go extinct in less than a decade. Coming up on the left hand side here, you can see the greater flamingo. These flamingos are the lightest pink of the flamingo species. Their diet is highly consistent of beta-carotene found in briny shrimp. Beta-carotene is what allows the white feathers they normally are born with to turn pink over time. Did you know that a group of flamingos is actually called a flamboyance? And a flamboyance can contain up to 200,000 flamingos. We're now entering into the eastern savannah. The eastern savannah is a little bit more territorial than the western side. Coming over on the left, you can see the white rhino. White rhinos can weigh up to nearly 5,000 pounds. Those horns that they have are actually made out of keratin. Same stuff that's made out of your fingernails and hair. Unfortunately for the white rhino, they sadly continue to be poached for their horns, even though they hold no real scientific or medicinal value to them. Over here on the left, and there's another one over on the right. These two are water buck. Water buck are a type of antelope that never migrate away from a water source. They actually stay by a water source for most of their lifetimes. Their fur secretes a waxy substance that actually allows them to communicate with other water buck. Coming up on the hill on the left here, if you look closely, you might be able to spot a cheetah really closely. Cheetahs are among the world's fastest land mammals. They can run to nearly 50 miles an hour. Cheetah's body is actually built more like a canine rather than a feline. In fact, cheetahs don't make too many feline noises. They actually emit high-pitched chirps to communicate with their cubs and their family members. Cheetahs are among the few diurnal predators that they only hunt early in the morning or around sundown. Coming up ahead, folks, we'll be able to see a large kopje rock formation. These kopje rocks tend to jut out of the savannah, providing a nice good vantage point for large cats. One such large cat is the African lion. Up there on the left, you'll see the male and female lions. Male lions could weigh up to nearly 500 pounds. Female lions could weigh up to 300 pounds. Lion's eyesight is about the same as a human during the day, but at night, it's at least 6 times better than that of a human's. Female lions are the ones to go out and hunt at night, while males are the ones to stay behind and protect the cubs. Lions are usually idle for at least 18 to 20 hours a day in order to conserve as much energy as they can. On the right, you'll see the plain zebras, also known as Grant zebras. Those are the only types of zebras that actually have stripes that reach underneath their belly to connect to the other side. There are actually many different species of zebras, such as desert zebras and mountain zebras, which have an inverse stripe pattern. Coming up on the left, you'll see a small family of warthogs. Warthogs are among the largest known burrowing animals. Warthogs actually have 2 pairs of tusks. The upper pair are used to dig the holes in the ground. The lower pair are actually razor sharp, allowing them to defend themselves against many different predators. Coming up on the right, if you look closely, you'll see some eggs. Behind the eggs, you can spot an ostrich. Ostriches are among the world's largest birds. They can run to nearly 45 miles an hour. While they can't fly, they still use their wings to direct themselves whenever they're running mid-step. If ever agitated enough, an ostrich could actually defend itself even against a lion. We're now making our way over towards the last area of the savannah, known as the Magadi Glen. This area kind of acts like an oasis, especially for animals losing their habitats due to major climate change and to human populations encroaching on their territory. This area also acts as a verdant greenway for other animals to head over towards the other areas of the reserve at their own leisure. Coming up on the right, you'll be able to see a pair of white birds. Those birds are known as yellow-billed stork. Yellow-billed stork are a bird of prey that eat about anything they can fit their beaks around, be it frogs, crabs, fish, or even small birds. Yellow-billed stork tend to hunt around Nile crocodiles and hippos, as they can easily spy for their prey in muddier waters. Now folks, we're about to leave the reserve now. I hope you enjoyed today's Kilimanjaro safaris. We managed to see a lot of fantastic animals out here today, but if you'd like to see even more animals, you're more than welcome to go to the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. At the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, you guys will see gorillas, meerkats, naked mole rats, African bullfrogs, and several exotic species of African birds and fish. Here at Kilimanjaro Safaris, we're all about the safety and conservation of all these animals. If you'd like to help out, you're more than welcome to do so, whether by donating to local wildlife conservation or simply just by reducing, reusing, or recycling back at home. Did you know just by recycling a bottle of water, you could be saving at least 5 to 10 gallons of oil? Recycling a stack of paper could save at least 10 to 20 trees. Now, here in Africa, we really don't like to say goodbye. Goodbye is just a bit too sad and a bit too final. So I'd like to leave you guys with our saying, which is Kwaherini. And what Kwaherini means in Swahili, it means go well. So, Kwaherini everyone, have a wonderful day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.